A very good afternoon to you guys. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing? How was your day? Happy Sunday to you all. Thank you for joining me once again on this channel. And I appreciate every single one of you who are subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. If you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And guys, in this video, I have a few interesting updates for you. And first, I'm going to start with the fact that we are about to set a record of being one of 4 countries that will play 100 Afcon games since the history of the competition itself. Our game against Guinea-Bissau is going to be our 100 appearance, 100 matches for Afcon, and it's going to be very exciting. And definitely the pressure is going to be high to get a resounding victory in that one, just to cap off that centenary celebration on a high. And in the competition, Egypt has actually been the ones that have excelled the most. They've won the title 7 times. They've made over 100 appearances. They've made exactly 109 appearances, and the next country is Ghana with 104 appearances, and then we have Ivory Coast with 101 appearances. So Nigeria is going to be the 4th country to make as much appearance, crossing the 100 mark with our game against Guinea-Bissau. So we've already played 99 now. That game against Guinea-Bissau is going to be our 100 CAF Afcon appearance, Afcon matches, sorry. And we hope that one goes well, and we'll definitely hope to beat those guys to just make it something of a celebratory victory. We made our first appearance in November 1963 when Egypt welcomed us with a 6-3 thrashing, and I'm sure most of us were not born by then, but that's what's in the history books. They thrashed us 6-3, and then in 2000, that was when we made our 50th appearance. And the match that we played was against Senegal in Lagos, where we narrowly edged them to a 2-1 victory. And again, ever since then, throughout the tournament, we've always obviously been very good, successful, winning the title 3 times. First was in the 1980, and then we won another one in 1994, and then the last one, which is the more recent one, the 2013, that we saw the familiar faces that we all know today: Mikel Obi, the Yobo who captained the game, Victor Moses, and a list of other players as well. So it's going to be a very exciting match. Hopefully we are going to beat Guinea-Bissau very much, just to make it a memory it that lives on in our minds. So guys, let me go straight to the next update, and it's the one that concerns Al-Hassan Yusuf. Al-Hassan Yusuf actually gave an interview today about his injury situation, and he's now come out to say that the injury that he had a contusion to his thigh muscle, and that he's been receiving treatment and he's been feeling fine, getting better every day day by day. But he's now said that it's still going to take him up to 2 or 3 days to be completely healed, and return to full training. Which means he's definitely not going to be available for this one against Guinea-Bissau tomorrow. But aside from what Yusuf said, in the interview, Peseiro also gave an interview today. As you know, today is the last day before they go out and play that match tomorrow. So the norm is the coaches usually give pre-match interviews, and just like the previous game against Ivory Coast, Peseiro actually talked with the media today, and one of the things that he talked about was the fact that Yusuf is not going to be available for the match. Peseiro talked about Yusuf not having trained for a while. That he hadn't been training with the guys for a while, even as recent as yesterday, which was sort of like the proper training day, in preparation for that Guinea-Bissau match. Yusuf wasn't also available; he was training separate. So Peseiro categorically ruled him out in that one, that he's not going to take part because he hasn't been in training and he's still recovering, not fully recovered yet. So that one is gone now. Yusuf definitely ruled out for this game tomorrow, and we're going to see the likes of Onyeka, Frank Onyeka, and then Onyedika as well might pair, hopefully, because we need to start to see some of these guys that are in the bench that are also as good, start to give them minutes on the pitch to really warm them up. All right, guys, the next update is the one that concerns Victor Boniface. Of course, he's injured now, but he's recovering really fine. But he has been a subject of transfer speculations from several English clubs, and the likes of we've seen the likes of Chelsea express interest in signing the Leverkusen striker, and of course Newcastle has also expressed interest. But the latest club now to have expressed a very intense interest, as it seems, is West Ham United, and they have now said, according to the speculation, that they are willing to break the bank to get Victor Boniface to sign for them. Of course, this 23-year-old is one of the pillars of Bayern Leverkusen, and one of the reasons why they've gone unbeaten this season, and they are topping their Bundesliga at this minute, and he has contributed immensely to the progress of Leverkusen, having scored 10 goals in just 16 appearances and had 7 assists, which is incredibly impressive. Having a goal and assist contribution of 17 out of 16 appearances. That's a really interesting stat to have. And no wonder lots of English clubs are now interested in signing the striker. But let's see how that one goes. I'm sure that it's definitely going to cost these clubs a lot to lure him away from Bayern Leverkusen, because he's obviously enjoying his time there, enjoying his football, enjoying his life, and he has such great connection with the coach himself. He has said that in interview that when Alonso called him that he wanted him to play for Leverkusen, that was when he was in one Belgian league like that. He immediately accepted, because he knew that he was going to love playing for Leverkusen. So of course it's going to take some really massive persuasion in terms of the transfer fee, and of course the project also in West Ham, but let's see how that one goes. I'll just go to the next update, which is the fact that Osimhen, it has been revealed now that Osimhen was actually the guy that was supposed to play that penalty against Ivory Coast, and the gossip now is that Osimhen actually passed it to William Ekong to play the penalty. And what William Ekong has said, he said that Osimhen actually allowed him to play the penalty because he didn't really have that confidence to play it at that moment when the tension was really high. And boy, are we so glad that Ekong actually played that one, because he scored it, and that's the most important thing. It's not really about who plays the penalty. It's about who scores the penalty, who can score the penalty, who has the confidence to play and score. But that brings me to the question that I have for you guys. Do you think that Osimhen, going forward, Osimhen should be playing all penalties that we have, just to increase his goal tallies, so that he would potentially have more chance to be the highest goal scorer of the competition? Well, I think I want that. But of course, Osimhen hasn't had the best track record for scoring penalties. He's missed a couple of penalties in his career. I think up to 5 penalties. So which explains why he didn't have the confidence, and he had to tell Jose Ekong to play. But let me know in the comment section if you feel Osimhen should man up and play penalties just to increase his goal tallies. So that's on that front. I'll just go to the last update that I have, and it's the fact that it's very likely that Peseiro will feature Iheanacho, from the get-go, in the starting lineup, and rest Chukwueze. This hint, is actually something coming from the training that they've been doing the past couple of days. Now, Iheanacho has been increasingly involved in the trainings, and he's not been able to make appearance for the last 2 games, and he's such an important part of that team that he has to be tested. And going forward, the only match that we have now that we have the opportunity to test players actually is this Guinea-Bissau. because beyond Guinea-Bissau, it's knockouts. If you lose, you're out of the competition. But Guinea-Bissau is a very important match. It's a must-win match, but it's also a chance, for Peseiro to test his best legs, to give them match time, to actually increase their match awareness, match sharpness and all of that. So it's very likely that Chukwueze will give way for Iheanacho in this Guinea-Bissau game. But nothing has been fixed yet. It's just the hint that Peseiro has given through his interview today. And of course, Chukwueze, hasn't really been the best of himself. We've seen him in the first game. He made a cameo. He came in the second half. Didn't really contribute much. In the second game against Ivory Coast, he started the game. Didn't really impress very much. But of course, we know that these things happen. Sometimes players are not the best of themselves. Of course, it's very likely that Iheanacho is going to come on to replace him. And I, for one, would like to see Iheanacho start that match, play a significant part of, our match, so that we would, really see his ability, how he can really connect that attacking force. Because we've not really seen connections, in the past 2 games. And, Iheanacho has been that one that can really that has that key passes, key front passes that he can actually connect from the midfield or from outside of the box to connect to the strikers. He can also score as well. So he's a really, really important player for the team, and I would definitely want to see him back in the starting lineup. So these are the updates, guys, for this hour, this moment, and I definitely appreciate you guys for catching the videos. I thank you so much, for the subscribers of this channel. Thank you so much for those that comment, engage responsibly on the channel. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're not subscribed and you're watching the videos, I urge you to subscribe to the channels, and I wish you a blessed day. Thank you so much, and stay tuned to the channel.